Rogue pointed out in chat about that last game, I could have not played my Stalking Query into the Confounding Ire, and then I had a hero fall that I could have used on your turn to not be exactly dead. Yeah. Also, Sockets players, play a fucking BuzzTech Innovator. That card, like, steals you games that you have no business winning. Cow. Down and out in this game. My body is ready for this Withering Gaze to miss. Ooh,
Yay.
ooh, we got one. Card is much worse on the draw than it is on the play in this matchup for that exact reason that we just saw. Would have been able to take Burgle's Altar. I feel like the fact that Stick gets to play Arcing Rust changes the dynamic of like how badly.
Yes.
I feel like being able to like take Altar off the table early is a pretty big game.
Yes, I agree. It is why I was advocating for many Arcing Rusts.
Yep. This is the part where Burgle
I think
showed
that
me.
Arcing Rust is like so much better than Stalking Quarry in this matchup.
Yeah, yeah. I'm on 3 Rust, 2 Quarry currently.
Yep.
That's ridiculously good, especially when your MC has plus power here. $10, just an absurd amount. Yeah, I needed like an Arcing Rust here.
Yep. By the way, Arcing Rust is why I didn't play out why I played out at the Trapper Keeper first.
Yep.
Are you dead? You might be dead. I think you're dead.
Yeah, just too slow on the draw. I had 2 Dark Hearts in my hands. Like if I'd have just been like on the play, I'd have been able to get one of those down and like eat the Altar of the Banner. Or just like not take a hit for 19.
Yep, I agree.
Actually, hold on one second. Don't.
Oh, sorry.
I
What are you changing?
think if I have Arcing Rust, maybe I don't need Withering Gaze in this matchup. Maybe I'm supposed to like leave in all cards that play to the board.
I seriously think that like it's not crazy to play 4 Arcing Rust. Not.
And like identifying what you want to kill and then killing it is not a bad plan. I have like this extra Return to Cinder on my board that like doesn't do a whole lot.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that like sometimes they have hands which just like the Rust doesn't have text, but I guess like you beat most
Not
of those
really.
hands.
Those hands are awful. You know what the 3 best cards in my deck are? It's Altar of Nelzon, Center of Nelzon, and Animus.
That's true. What's going on, Altered State?
So many things.
Our Dark Cards have Gladiator and Abomination in them. Yep. A little sad when this gets rune bound here, but gotta use my resources for the turn. And this guy flips back in now, he's gonna get more charges guaranteed. But I guess they were gonna have a banner anyway, so it's like not that big of a deal.
Pretty tough to get the second banner. He's back.
Back again. Quench is back. Tell a friend. Quench is back. Quench is back. Do 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 do. Hey hey. Yeah. Alright, no. Get a non-slow shard next turn I'm in this game. Why?
The classic Waiatachi coin.
If only I could mark them so I know, is that the 25th shard Iotachi coin, or is that the Iotachi coin that had previously been something else? Am I dead? Not dead yet.
Pushing dead. Doc, I think he's pretty dead. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it, Mr. Hogland.
What you got?
What do you got? What comes on 6 mana?
Oh, you got Mr. Buzztech?
Buzz, motherfucker.
I like how you just, like, your deck curves out to 6 every game, and mine just...
I draw more cards. I got I got Alter. What do you have? Fucking Cannibalize?
Alright. Alright.
You want me to concede? Sorry.
Yeah, yep. So one more. Back to playing Modern.
Fair format. Oh no!
I forgot I wanted
to donate for you to play Modern. I feel like I hope somebody like tried to spare you from your misery.
Alright. I'm just gonna put up 4th Archangel in my deck and see if I feel any less bad about myself.
Okay. Have I told you about this Candles deck? Candles deck is really good. Dumpster sockets, can play Arcing Rust, and it makes dudes on turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, man. Well, I'm playing aggro deck. I'll go play Modern.
Just play Control Candles.
Play Control Candles.
Whatever. Scion Alive Ant's the control card.
What's the best Arcing Rust control deck, Burgle?
You're not playing it.
I know.
don't know what it is, but this is
there
was a dream that was Arcing Rust control, and this is not it, Jeff Hogland. This is not it. There's no way your trashy RS deck is playable, right?
That's what we're trying next, Burgle. That's the next one. I think that deck gets 4 Scars of War, so maybe it can be Candles.
Yeah, I think it should be alright versus Candles. Scars of War is such a bitch to play around as like an aggro player. By the way, Witch Chat, I'm not an aggro player. I'm really bad at this deck. It's just carrying me because it's fucked in half.
The next team Suso against aggro. Well, so you see, the problem is that TCG players are largely idiots. I'm going to include whoever just asked that question in that comment. And that they like to only remember the nut draws. So they're like, well, I lost to their deck when they went turn 2 double century into turn 3 animus and played a bunch of shitters and I died and there was nothing I could do. And it's just like, well, yeah, that's why the aggro deck's good, right? Like you don't beat the nut draws out of the aggro decks with most decks. The hands that you want to aim to beat is that the aggro decks, unless, you know, Lasgar's Vengeance formats aside, they aren't all nut draws. So you want to, like, build your deck to beat their more average draws, basically. Maybe I should have thrown Lackey under a bus there. It's possible I should have thrown this under a bus and kept Acolyte of Flame. Yeah, because, like, Acolyte of Flame can trade with this guy. God, I'm just so smart and thin on top of my deck. Sometimes you just gotta believe. Alright, these boots were made for blocking. That's just what they'll do.
Twitch chat. There are times when you can beat a massacre. There are times when you can't beat a massacre. When you can't beat a massacre, fucking strap up and go.
Strap up and go! Why are you putting it so deep inside me, Burgle?
I mean, if you have a massacre, I'm pushing dead. Maybe could have paced out. Yep.
I don't think the Candles matchup is that bad for this deck. I think you don't beat their hands where they have 2 Choir of Lumos and 15 cards, but I don't think anyone really beats them when they have 2 Choir of Lumos and 15 cards. Again, just like trying not to focus on their nut draws. Like, can you articulate yourself just saying like this deck's bad against aggro? Like that's not specific, right? Like what's the problem that we're having, right?
Am I just cashing? I think I'm cashing in one of these dudes for 5 damage, right?
Yeah, it sounds like it. Just like get me into BuzzTech range. You're cashing them in for less next turn, right? And I probably like can have spot removal and shit.
Yeah. Also, like again, there's the good old massacre calendar happening.
The massacre calendar.
That's new. What's that puppy?
I cut my Withering Gazes and brought more cards in that kill you.
Oh, okay.
This is a sweeper that can clean up candles after they get out of massacre range. Oh, right. That's not a combo.
You didn't see that one coming? So
Look, Burgle, it's new, okay? We just talked about how it was new. I've never played Hex before. I didn't understand what was going on. Please don't make fun of me. Maybe I deserve to be made fun of.
me. I love this feeling right now, don't you? You're waiting. You're waiting for a speed banner. I like the Ayatachi coins. Those look good. I mean, except for last game where they killed you.
What even is Hex? I'm assuming they're supposed to say what even is Hex. Hex is a fully digital TCG that's similar to Magic, but it has a lot of digital mechanics in it that allow it to reduce variance in a lot of nice ways that Magic just can't. Like, their use of the Fate Weave mechanic makes it so there's a lot less, well, I missed my third shard dropped and died this game. Like, actually just play more games because there's less frustrating things like that happen. They're great about... Like, games like Hearthstone, I feel like, have gotten people into the mindset of, like, digital just increases variance because they use the word random a lot, but you can use the digital design to, like, reduce variance in a lot of really elegant ways. And Hex has, like, been exploring that design space pretty consistently, which is nice. Dude, these stupid fucking bees, man.
Buzz, motherfucker.
Right here.
When you play Arcing Rust versus the Sockets deck, and you get 2 for 1.
I messed that turn up.
Right, you got the clock though.
It's true. I do have a clock. I knew you were a sub hats. I lose track of who subs for what games though.
Did you accidentally ban a sub?
No, they said what is Hex? And I explained what Hex was.
Oh, fair.
The sweet thing about Dark Heart with Abomination in this deck too is after you gobble up whatever permanents they have, you can sack your own Dark Heart. Like, all right.
I think we're dead, Jim.
Eternal Seeker card's good.
Yeah. It's alright. I mean, 4 Arcing Rust is good. The second and the third one feel dumb, but like the first one is deeply essential.
Yep.
Like,
I had a third one in my hand.
yeah, if you don't get the chip around for like so long because Arcing Rust is just 2 for 1ing me every time it gets played at quick speed, then that's not even really a game. I believe.
Hey, Tinker IV with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you very much and welcome. Welcome to everyone that's hanging out here today. I know I'm kind of mellow. I'm mildly ignoring chat because Burgle and I are bullshitting here, but we're just hanging out, playing some games for trying to figure out a deck that I could stomach playing for the Bash this weekend. You know, Burgle is really right about the first Arcing Rust being great. Just, I believe the words essential are what he used. I would concur with him.
Deeply essential.
Just like every other controller just like loses that game on the spot, right? Just like can never win.
Yes.
God, I'm such a dweeb. Didn't get the third one out of it. It's very unlucky.
Also, like, the ability to play around Arcing Rust is extremely limited.
Yep. Because it's so cost efficient at what it does. Like, they often can't, like, they have to, like, play far enough behind that, like, they're going to be sad, right? That's really rude, man. My drone just wanted to disrupt some people. That's so fucking rude, man. I just wanted to draw a thing. Sacrifice to my champion power. Can we talk about these coins?
Yep, pretty solid.
They are great. I love when I tell people that, like, I have to respond to another idiot on Twitter.
Uh-oh. Guys, hang on. Quick moment. Jeff needs to get into a Twitter fight. Timeout. Both teams retreat to their respective corners. Somebody on the internet has said something dumb. And Jeff is a fucking millennial.
Yep, basically.
Can't stop himself. Has already bred and sent forth two dumber Jeffs into the world. Ugh.
And I was so looking forward to my Pokemon transformation. Taranator with the 12-month subscription. Welcome to the Sapphire Sub Club. I appreciate the continued support. Don't interrupt me again, Burgle. No, stop it. How am I supposed to pull ahead when you keep interrupting my draw twos? They told me, they responded to my tweet about the only playable deck being Energy with they 4-1'd a bunch of leagues with this stupid blue-white deck. And I was like, look, man, I just 5-1 a league with a 4-color Saheeli deck. I don't fucking talk to you about your stupid results. This is an Animus. Okay. So I have Hero Fall Massacre here. You obviously have a 2-drop in your hand. Am I supposed to, is it insane to Hero Fall the Sentry so I can untap and massacre you?
Like I play the 2-drop, and if I play the 2-drop, you're gonna end up hero following the Animus and then massacring.
Yeah, so like you're down a card but up a trigger that way.
But like with the hero fall, all the Animus is in my deck are gone.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think that's fine actually. Yeah, I think that's...
And now you hear, so like, the question is, are you...
Yeah,
and now you're at parity and my deck doesn't have Animuses or MCs. So like, that seems pretty good.
Yeah, that's true. The waiting game.
Yeah, and it's worth noting, sort of for everybody involved, that like these top deck wars are much higher variance than anybody believes they are. Just to be clear, like Jeff's deck is definitely better in a top deck war than mine is, but like
there's 3 altars in your deck.
Yeah, yeah, like your deck is better, but like anybody who looked at that game state and thought that it was significantly different from a coin flip is crazy.
There is not show, plus the chance of like Burgle getting to draw an interrupt there is also not worth it. When's the next hex rotation? We just passed a rotation, so the next rotation is not going to be for like 7 months or so. So we got a good long time before rotation comes again. Hex rotates every even set release, and set 8 just released, so we won't have another rotation in standard until set 10 hits. So it's a great time to pick the game up and get good long value out of your cards. This is one of the dangers. I did board out all my candlelights in this matchup, which may or may not be wrong. I've got 2 stalking quarries.
All the candlelights?
Yeah. I've got 3 dark hearts, 2 eternal seekers, and 2 stalking quarries, so that's 7 bombs. I think that's enough. We have my Lackey Dark Heart combo going on here. Dark Heart lets me sacrifice the Lackey to draw a card. I love the hex rotation cycle. It's so easy to explain too. You're just like, well, this is rude. So Burgle's set up here where he's got the altar into play now, and he's gonna get to put a banner out, so he'll get an extra turn off of his altar as well.
Burgle is sometimes clever. Not always, but you know, sometimes.
Occasionally, once in a while. No powers, or I like to see in the new gems. I like to see Life Drain come back. I think Life Drain is a good way to stunt aggressive decks. Oh, that's really good. Probably should have done this in response to the banner, but Burgle also should have just sequenced the other ways. So, man, that'd have been real good in response to the banner.
Yep.
I think I like burning those spot removals here since I still have another in my hand. I think I just gotta leave the Dark Heart back on D now, just kind of grind Burgle's board down a little bit. So he's gonna get to draw one more card and make a troop off this altar, but the altar will go away next turn, assuming he doesn't hit a piece of removal from my Dark Heart. We could see a, you know, Primordial Sabertooth or something like that here. Yep. Go ahead and spend my resources here. If I still had Candlelight in my deck, I'd probably wait on that just so, like, because I could, like, potentially get a trigger off of it later, but I don't have Candlelight in my deck, so there's no reason to wait. I think I can just race here at this point. You don't have any more quenches. You have, like, exactly Jingle Jinx what's in your deck to, like, get a surprise banner on me.
I think this 1 damage matters, so we're just gonna...
The dickhead who responded with, they just 5-0 a league when they forward a bunch of leagues. When I brought it with I just 5-0, so they're like, well, was it competitive? I was like, 1, that doesn't matter. 2, yes, but it doesn't matter. Let's see, Burgle gets a window here to do this. Yeah. I'm just gonna register for Arcing Rust this weekend. Is that cool?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm playing Socket, so I'm registering for Arcing Rust. Those are my modes. Speaking of,
I'm ready for you to get dumpstered by candles. we should test how the
oh, that's really good. Maybe this attack was too aggressive. Nah, it's probably. God, I'm a wizard. Nice blam sack. Tilts. I feel like I'm having a hard time closing this game, but at the same time, like, I've had one Dark Heart and none of my other things in, like, my top half of my deck.
I go back to the I'm basically not taking much away from anything after the part where neither of us had any cards in our hand. Like, it went to parity, you're probably like 55 win from there. The games that are problematic for you are the ones that don't end up going to parity. And so, like,
I think I'm a lot better than 50% to win from there.
from empty hand, man, like, I drew 3 non-resources. I did 3 resources in a row, and you drew some card draw, and like that was sort of the difference. But like, here we are again, and like, again, you're a favorite from here. But to think that you are like an extreme favorite, I think is a pox upon the probability gods, upon the fundamental variance of like TCGs.
I mean, like, I'm winning this game, and you had like 3 of your best card in the top whatever of your deck, and I like couldn't find a threat to like forever. Yeah, I think you're undervaluing closing. Like, I think the big discrepancy here is that like what I said, I have 7 threats that kill you in my deck, and I saw 1 in 39 cards. Like, I feel like if I see 2 of them, like, you just like don't have this time.
But at the same time, like, you also had Arcing Rust on turn 2. So like, in aggregate, like, there were parts of this game that were rough for you, but there were also parts of this game that were like very, very good, right?
Yep.
And any time that like both players are just playing off the top of their deck, like, it can be very exciting times. God, that card is great.
It's so good.
Play Arcing Rust, guys.
If you're not registering sockets, register 4 Stalking Queries or 4 Arcing Rusts. Hex is really good at printing pushed things, but also printing quality answers to those pushed things.
Look, we're playing Modern, okay? You gotta draw your sideboard hate. What's up, you don't attack?
He's so swifty, man. He's too swifty for me. Ah! Taste it, Burgle. Fuck! Fuck. I got so excited, Burgle. I got so excited. This is Hex's standard format. Why didn't you attack me so I could kill you?
I don't want to die.
I don't want to die.
I don't want to die. I got so much to live for. Plus, you're gonna deck 2 cards faster than I am. 3 cards faster, idiot.
Get out of here.
I'm toasty.
No, you weren't supposed to concede. We were.
Oh no, you won the first one.
I did win the first one.
Rude. I think with 4 Arcing Rust, you're pretty okay there.
You want to candles me?
Yeah, sure.
You built candles, right?
Yep.
You're far less lucky than Kent Kidder, so this should be a better matchup for me than when I played against him.
I mean, the deck you're currently playing is medium versus candles because it can't play scars like particularly well on curve.
No, I think you could play scars. Actually, I was testing with and without scars, and I concluded that scars was less good than massacre a lot of the time.
That's fair. I can see that.
The problem, like, scars wasn't solving their candles got big and now I can't win problem, and Eternal Seeker should solve that problem in theory.
Yeah, I can see that. Are we post-boarding here or pre-boarding?
Let's just do a set.
Okay. Okay. Twitch chat, you keep Hogland honest. Don't let him board all those Arcing Rusts out of his sideboard now. Jeff, have you become extremely quiet for the first time in your life?
Yep.
Or
Yep. Nope.
okay,
Yep. You're
cool.
good.
Nope, that's fine.
Just contemplative, man. Contemplative. All right.
Yeah,
So
no.
this hand is if our opponent's playing Sapphire Diamond Control, this hand's a snap keep, but they're not. They're playing Cassius, so we're gonna mulligan here. What I'm saying is, if you're not playing sockets, you better have a very good plan for keeping up with sockets, and those are the two best cards for keeping up with sockets: are Arcing Rust and, you know, whatever. Yeah, I'm also at the end of a cold, middle of a cold, beginning of a cold, somewhere in there. If your queries have -1 cost or Miracle Gem, and then they don't come down particularly slowly.
All right, we're surrendering if we break on the next turn.
Did you keep one shard on the play?
Yeah, I did. We're dead.
Let's just place it at game 1, see how it feels. See how it feels. I don't change that much post board in this matchup. I just add like a 4th Massacre and some Ripostes.
That's fair.
Riposte is great in this matchup. Quarry with Sentry is good too. That's true. Yep. If you're playing the Sockets Mirror or Sentry, makes your Quarry cheaper. I have a current favorite Hex deck. Yeah, this one probably, or the Ruby Sapphire deck. Honestly, maybe I should spend some more time working on the Ruby Sapphire deck. That deck's just a gas to play. I haven't really explored the concept of the Ruby Sapphire deck in a post-inbred world. Like, when we were building the Ruby Sapphire deck, we were building it under the premise that, like, all of the control decks are fucked and we're going to play a bunch of control mirrors. And, like, the format's pivoted off of that world, right? Like, that's not the world I'm living in currently. If I champ power here, I'll have to discard, so that's not good.
For you. So many.
It's just an embarrassment, really. So I could have used my champion power there to get an extra card out, but like I'll probably draw a troop at some point anyways, and it was like gain 2 versus gain 3. Alright, so I would have gotten value out of Hero Falling, the Acolyte of Flame. Got it. You consider drawing shards, Purgle?
Nah.
I told you weren't as lucky as Can't Get Her. See, that's a good shard.
Does this deck need Ruby Ruby or Diamond Diamond?
Are there Flame Licks in your deck? I don't think
No.
I don't think it needs either, actually.
Perfect.
How many times have you illuminated? 1, 2, 5. So your stupid thing costs 2 currently.
1.
Yep.
Which one are you gonna pick?
Which one?
So confusing.
Make choices. Make so many good choices.
Right. Right.
Man, that Hogland. That Hogland. He's so good at this. That's just the luckiest. I mean, it doesn't make sense to play it there, right? Like... And see, I have the AAA Hero Falls in my deck, so that means Burgle doesn't have that troop in his deck next game either.
Wonder if I'm supposed to grow these Candlekin to 3/3s in response.
Yeah, I felt like I was okay giving you that option. I guess it's okay, right? Like...
I think so. I think I'm just putting you on, like, have some more stuff, right?
Yep. I paid with last turn, so I'm gonna have a thing. I'm hoping to draw an action here that I can play, so that way it illuminates. Well, I mean, that illuminates. Let's fate we've non-resource to the top of my deck. So I know that's a good draw. Yeah. Your 5/5s look nice.
Am I supposed to make 5/5s here?
Yeah, it's much better against Massacre, right?
I thought I was maybe supposed to make a 1/1 and then a
4/4s? Okay.
2 4/4s and a 2/2.
Yeah, that seems fair. That's still also reasonable against Massacre, but better against Spot Removal and Dark Art.
You have to block him either way.
Yeah, that's fair. They're just straight lethal regardless.
Double blocking still bad.
Can't wait till I draw my Choir of Lumos. $10 really isn't that expensive for a rare in Hex. Like, most of the staple rares in Hex are about $10. The ones that see, like, that are like, you play 4 of this card in every card of this shard type, don't wax on me. Ugh. Yeah, there's 2 or 3 Wings of Wax in the deck. Burgle's just playing the card for card, one of the decks at the top I did.
Damn it. You got my stone nothing. Nice. That is what we were looking for.
Found one.
Yeah, I think I'm dead.
Found to be an artifact.
You can see this one?
Is this? Oh, yep. Because we didn't actually play game 1.
Nah.
Like, wait, this is the first actual game. Nope. technically.
I mean, ish. I missed my third shard drop for 4 turns. I wouldn't say that was in the top percentile of candles draws.
You're not wrong.
But it was okay. Came down pretty close.
Burgle should narrate a book.
I did. It was my first job.
Tar, we're just playing for practice, so we just want to like play as many games as possible without like needing to what's the word I'm searching for? Needing to like re-queue into each other. So by me conceding there, Burgle lost the first game, so that way we get to play a third game in this same set. Hero falling here is a little bit not resource efficient, but or it's resource efficient, but like it's not like ideally I'd want a hero fall Scion, but I think I'd rather prioritize being resource efficient here. Yep. You don't really want to get greedy with your massacres, just like it's like a 2-ish for 1, but it like keeps the pressure off the table and keeps my health total high here, so I think this is a worthwhile exchange. Burgle has like Scion into 1-drop. I'm gonna be a little bit sad that I burned the Massacre, but like I was either playing the Massacre or like playing a Strangle and not using my resources that turn, so I think it's worth just jamming the Massacre. Yep. This is pretty good. Burgle gets 2 candles out of it. This lets me try and hit a shard drop this turn, which is nice. Ding. Another shard on top of my deck. And choke this bitch out. And again, the resource efficiency that I prioritized earlier by hero falling Burgle's 2-drop came back to reward me there because I was able to go double 2-drop this turn. Yeah, Wings of Wax is very good. Not being able to trade in combat with Burgle stuff kind of sucks for me. Wings of Wax is also nice because it insulates him against the dark card a little bit. No Choir here is kind of insane for me though. Did you consider drawing more of your best card, Burgle?
No. We tried. did our best.
So getting Eat Wings of Wax isn't the worst here because it does let me block candles, which is nice. So a little bit of a squeeze on Burgle's side. I'm still at a pretty healthy 22 because we've gained 6 from my champion power. And yeah, Tar, to answer your question, this deck is basically using our cheap cards like Naive Lackey and Acolyte of Flames to feed Takahiro as a draw engine. And a way to buffer our health total a little bit, right? Because like Braddock costs him health to draw extra cards, whereas we get to gain health. You want some cereal? Where's your bowl, buddy? Where did your bowl go? Alright, let's just do this. My sequencing here is technically suboptimal, but it really doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, that's pretty good. I assume we're going to go wide with these. Yeah, so now we're getting into a range where a Choir or 2 could be very lethal. Maybe this attack is bad because I could potentially want extra blockers next turn. They're trying to dodge like double Choir or Wax Dawn Choir. Again, I just feel like probably can't ever win if they get double Choir and 15 cards. You need the games to go a little bit longer to have a chance against those draws. Theirs doesn't actually generate card advantage, so like, you know, statistically they should only have one about every 15 cards or so, but that's not how TCGs actually work. And double Waxy, yep. It's really good. And my attack was really bad here, right? So if I don't attack there, I get to double block and kill one of these, and then Burgle would lose another, and then I'd actually be in an okay spot here.
Yeah, if you don't attack there, I have to keep the Wings of Wax alive.
Yep.
And I'm clocking you for 15 in the air, but that's much worse.
Yeah, I actually have a Candlelight in my hand, so like I'd be able to shoot down one of these, and so if they were -1, my Candlelight would kill one, and then Burgle would lose another one on his ready step, so he'd have one left. And I guess I'd have to chump block from there, so I'd still be in a little bit of trouble, but I'd be in a better spot than I am right now, which I believe is just dead.
When in doubt, take more damage when dead. Go out on your own terms.
Take away Burgle's toy.
That's fair.
I had a bunch of hits there to not be dead. Like even on that second one, if I'd have hit Acolyte of Flame, I'd have been able to, I guess, just jump out. So that's not very good. But
yep.
Here. All right.